Hello and welcome to True Audio Files, some of the last videos of the year for me for 2023. And because of that, I'm going to be listing off some of my favorites from 2023. In this episode, it's my favorite new releases from this year. These are going to be in no particular order. I have to say this one was a little bit more challenging. I have included everything that I put on my list. There are definitely some other stuff that are really good out there, but they didn't quite get to that list of the tops for me. But I wanted to kind of go over the ones that I have here for you today. So one thing that I kind of do want to mention that I found kind of interesting, and some of these are actually reissues too, but one of the interesting things that I've definitely found interesting this year is kind of the resurgence of surround sound music. And one of my favorites from this year came as a set with, well, actually two of them did, so I guess I'll hold off on those two. But, just in general, there were a lot of reissues that came out for surround sound, like, these, this Alice Cooper, Mingus, Jefferson Starship, Black Sabbath, Jay Giles Band. These are all reissues that were quad mixes, and there was also... in Japan, they did a Toto one, Toto 4, and Miles Davis Live Evil, which I should have brought and showed, but I have those as well. Also, King Crimson redid Lars Tongue and Aspic that they released on Blu-ray here with a new Dolby Atmos surround sound mix. Another one also is Diamonds and Pearls was reissued, and this has got the Dolby Atmos mix. And I'm glad to see that they're reissuing them or either reissuing or releasing music, even new music in surround sound. Steven Wilson's new album, which always is when he releases a new album, but that was in surround sound. But it's nice to see new music and older reissues being remixed in surround sound. I think a big part of that is Apple is pushing the surround sound mixes for their music service, Apple Music. I know that Amazon has surround sound built in. I think Tidal might as well, but I'm not sure. But anyways, I'm very happy about that because I love surround sound on my music to take full advantage of my surround sound system that I've got. So that was just kind of a off-tangent thing a little bit, but it is relevant here just because two of my new favorites from this year were released in surround sound as well. And maybe some of these other ones were as well, but not physically that I'm aware of. And if you know of any of these that have been released as a physical surround sound version, please let me know because I would love to get those. But again, as I've mentioned in my previous video, I may have mentioned here, these are in no particular order. These I just kind of pulled out randomly, and different reasons for wanting to choose these as my favorites for 2023. But let's begin. So first one up is King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. This one, I'm not even going to... It's Draconic Apocalypse, or, one of them. Now, this is... King Gizzard is one of those bands that... they're probably one of the most prolific bands out there, or one of the most prolific artists. The only other artist I know of that is as prolific as them, at least currently, is the musician artist John Zorn. If you don't know who he is, check him out. He's a very interesting jazz artist. And jazz is putting it very loosely because he's all over the board with punk, metal, classical, all kinds of different stuff. And he's probably released 5 or 6 records or albums. He doesn't release them on record, only on CD, but he's got 4 or 5 albums, and I haven't had a chance to really thoroughly listen to those to determine, if those would have made my top list for this year. But a lot of them I really enjoy, but they're really out there. So you have to think of kind of the free jazz type stuff. It's kind of along that vein, especially the stuff where it's kind of got some metal and punk influences in them. But anyways, this is... This King Gizzard album is, I think, their second or third thrash record that they made. I really liked this release, although, again, it was kind of on the pricey side, but I really have to say that they did a great job on this release. It's got an embossed cover on it. It's a cool album cover. The vinyl is a cool, I think it's different colors, or I guess they had different colors and you randomly got different colors. I got the green on this one. But, you know, it's a cool album. I enjoy their thrash stuff. I'm not as big of a fan as maybe their folky stuff. I do kind of like their kind of semi-psychedelic stuff too. This kind of borders their psychedelic stuff, but definitely more thrash than psychedelic by far. So, but anyways, King Gizzard. Next up was a surprise. I was definitely pleasantly surprised as this is not something I would have expected. So, Rolling Stones, one of my favorite bands, released Hackney Diamonds, and it's better than I expected. I'm not sure if it really deserves necessarily to be top 10, but I just wanted to give a shout out to it because I thought it was a pretty good album. Not well recorded or not well mastered, and I want to stress that about all of these new releases. These are based on the music itself, not necessarily the sound quality of them. This one here is the limited edition purple vinyl from not Amazon, from Target. There was an Amazon exclusive as well that had a different cover that I probably should have shown because I have that one as well. They also did a whole bunch of other variations, like they had covers that were based on I believe all of the Major League Baseball teams as well. It's a great way to sell a bunch of different variations of your album to get some cash. But one of the other things that I did like about it is one thing that I alluded to earlier is they also did release I'm trying to show the lenticular. I don't know how well it's coming through, but they released this, which has basically got the CD, and it's also got a Blu-ray, which has got the high resolution stereo mix and the Dolby Atmos surround sound mix, and a couple of other little interesting trinkets as well. But it was a very cool little, for lack of a better term, box set that they released as part of that as well. So, all right, next one up. One that I don't think he gets enough notoriety for his actual talent, and that is Wolfgang Van Halen. This is Mammoth WVH Mammoth 2. It's his second album, and this one was a Newbury Comics exclusive Tangerine vinyl. It also came with his autograph. I believe it's on this, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. Let's see if I can pull that out and show you. Yeah, it's right here, if I can get to it. But, yep. His autograph there. But, you know, he makes great, I mean, they're kind of poppy rock stuff, you know, but, I mean, it's great. He does most, if not all, the instrumentation on these albums, the two albums that he's released. I think he's super talented, and I wish that he got more popularity based on his music more than who his father was, because he is a very talented musician and songwriter. Speaking of talented songwriter, this one is Olivia Rodrigo, Guts. This is the alternative version that is available, and probably still available at Target. I'm not sure if it is, but anyways, great album. This is her sophomore album. It is really, really good. I really enjoy it. And, you know, she had a record store day release that was basically the songs. She came out with 4 different variations of this on her artist website that have a bonus track on each one of those. I think it's 4 versions, yeah. Anyways, those were put out on a record store day vinyl that sold out immediately. That was really good. I mean, I really enjoy all this album. It's really great. It's pop with some tinges of punk and just kind of edgy, which I like the edgy stuff quite a bit. So, great album. Another one that caught me by surprise, and this one by no means is going to be listed on the top audiophile recordings of 2023, but it is Extreme 6, and the song, I think it was Rise. Yeah, that one just has amazing guitar work by Nino Benton. It's got an embossed cover, which you can feel the gorilla's face on, but really great album, some great music on here, some great guitar playing by Nino, and if you really love great guitar work, you should definitely check this out, because I definitely think he's one of the best of all times and is not appreciated as much as I think as he should be. And this album kind of shows that. So, Extreme, 6. Next one. Another amazing singer-songwriter, and one of the things I will say about him as well is he's got such an amazing voice, and it's so distinctive and just so amazing. But anyways, he's a great songwriter too. It's Chris Stapleton. This is Higher, his latest album. He's got some guest appearances on this as well, but this is just such a great album, and you should really run out and grab it. It sounds good. And just got some great music on here. I love White Horse is a great song, especially, and just a bunch of great stuff on here. So, next one up is for those of you who kind of like the pop, like slash disco slash funk type stuff. It's Jessie Ware. I would say, this one is That Feels Good, and the best way for me to describe her is, I guess like a Kylie Minogue-ish. But she's got a kind of a Prince vibe to her a little bit, kind of the Minneapolis sound a little bit, plus some disco mixed in there. And this one is very, very good. I think this is it's not her second album, but this is the second album I purchased of hers, and I really, really enjoyed it. It sounds really good. Some great tunes on that one. Next one kind of caught me by surprise, like the Rolling Stones one did, but mainly just because I haven't really enjoyed their stuff as much recently, and I can't say that I like the whole album because it's a very long album. It came out on 2 CDs, and in this particular case, 4 LPs, and it's Smashing Pumpkins, A Tomb, I think is how you pronounce it. And but some great stuff, some stuff that's really reminiscent of their older stuff. Supposedly this is a sequel or a follow-up or a prequel or something like that to Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness. Not sure if that's true or not, but I don't see that part of it, but I do see this as a good album, and I really enjoyed it. Again, there's some stuff that I could do without on this. If they made this a single CD or 2 or 3 record set instead of 4 records, probably would have enjoyed it even more, and it probably would have been my top of the year if they did that, but still some really good stuff. This next one is an interesting one, and there are a couple of different reasons why I chose it. I guess I'll show it to you first, and then I'll get into the details about it later. But basically, it's Dolly Parton, Rockstar. And some of the big reasons why I really enjoyed this is, the history behind this release is she made this in kind of response to being nominated to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And she didn't consider herself a rock star. So because of that, she wrote a couple of new songs. One that she performed at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame show, that kind of was the induction show, which she performed with a bunch of different people. Brandi Carlile, I believe, was one. I think Joan Jett and Rob Halford and a bunch of other people. But anyways, this is really cool. This has got some new music on it, including the song Rockstar, I believe it was. Yeah. But the other thing that's kind of cool, and I think, they probably aren't better than the original versions, but I think that they hold their own. They're definitely got Dolly's signature put onto them, but there's basically cover songs that she does with the original artists on here. So, like she's got Open Arms with Stephen Perry. She's got Magic Man, which I really like, with Ann Wilson from Heart, and she's got Wrecking Ball with Miley Cyrus. I Can't Get No Satisfaction. It's got it's got Let It Be with Ringo Starr and Paul McCartney. She redoes Purple Rain by Prince, which I think she does a pretty decent job of. Freebird, Stairway to Heaven, and I think Stairway to Heaven actually has flute played by Lizzo. But anyway, We Are the Champions is on here. But there's a lot of really cool stuff on here. I think she does a good job. But what I also really appreciated about this one, more so than anything, is 2 things. One is it was cut by my friend, and I'm going to butcher his name. I apologize because I don't know how to pronounce his last name properly. But Joe Nino Hernez, he cut the 4-record set. It's a 4-record set, and sounds really good. But also what was really great about this is this proves that you can make a big record, a 4-record set, and not charge ridiculous amounts of money. This was $60 just about everywhere. Maybe you find it on sale for 50-ish, 55, but 50 to $60 for a 4-record set cut by a premier cutting engineer, in my opinion anyways. He works at Sterling, and pretty decent pressing. I think it was done by GZ Vinyl, but it sounded pretty decent. But just more importantly, high quality record cut by a great cutting engineer, and 4-record sets for $60 or less than $60. So I was so impressed with that, and the songs are fun and entertaining and enjoyable too. So something I wanted to really bring up on that one. Next up is Pink, Trust Fall. This one is the Tour Deluxe Edition, which I literally just got and have not had a chance to listen to the extras yet, but there's a Prince cover of Nothing Compares to You with Brandi Carlile. It's a live track, and there's a couple other extras on here, but you know, she does stuff with the Lumineers and Chris Stapleton on here as well. But really great stuff. I really love Pink. She's an amazing artist, both vocally, song and as a songwriter. I just love the edge she has, and she's just super talented. So, but this is a great album. And last on my list, or not last, I should say that. I have one more, but my last record I have anyways, is Paramore. This Is Why. Paramore, I really like their stuff, and this is a great album as well. Came out near the beginning of the year. They've recently done I think it's like a remix version that came out digitally. I don't think it's been available as a physical copy yet, but this is great stuff by Paramore. And the last one on my list is one that I'm not sure if all of it has come out in 2023, but the album proper just got released a couple weeks ago. And that is Peter Gabriel, I.O. This one is really cool. It's actually got technically 3 mixes, but it's basically got the dark side mix, a bright side mix, and what they call the in mix, I believe it is. Yeah, the in mix is a surround sound remix, basically, of the album. And what's really cool about this is this gives you as close to the record experience as you can get from a artwork standpoint. You know, Peter Gabriel's pretty well known for getting great artwork into his shows and into his albums, and he's very much into art and the arts. And this one's no different. Each track has its own unique piece of artwork that is displayed on the screen when you're watching it, and I believe that they have those in the booklet as well as in the big books that come with the records. But you know, this one, it sounds pretty good. The surround sound mix is done really, really well. I can't say I know which mix I prefer the most besides maybe the surround sound mix, but basically what happened with this backstory to this one is he's released a single every so often. I don't know the exact time frame between the different track releases, but basically released a track every so often, and he released a bright side mix and a dark side mix version of it, and then he put them onto one single album. So that is how this came about. And you know, very reminiscent of old Peter Gabriel, but still kind of having a little bit of a fresh take of that as well. But still great stuff, still going strong, and this is a great album to pick up. So one of my tops of the year, as you know. Well, that is everything I've got for this episode. Did you see anything there that you like that you'd like to try yourself? What would you have added into this best of 2023 that I didn't put in? I'd love to hear your take. There's definitely some that came close for me, but didn't quite make that list, as I had mentioned earlier. So anyway, that is everything I've got. If you liked what you saw here, hit that like button. Thank you for subscribing if you subscribe. If you don't, please do so. I'd love to see some new subscribers. And please make some comments below. Let me know what you thought about the video. Hit that alert bell, let you know when my new videos come out. And that is everything I've got for this episode. So I hope you're having a great day. I hope this was done right around Christmas. So, you know, if you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas and you celebrate another holiday, Happy Holidays. And we will probably see you in the new year, because I most likely will not be doing a video before then. So I will talk to you in the new year. So thank you very much. Have a great one.